Okay, the first thing I wanted to talk about is setting your project and keeping your files organized. When I went to open this, so yeah, if I go in here, I notice there's these two folders, program files and users. And program files, you've got some stuff. I don't even see anything in there, but oh yeah, that's because I'm looking for my scene. So it looks like you have some textures still under the Mudbox folder, and you want to move those into your source images directory of the project you're currently set to. The other thing is you're still set to your default project, and I can tell that because under Maya project's default, um, well, let me just show you in here. So that's where the workspace.mel is, and that's the file that tells me what project you're currently set to. Now, in your default thing, you have the leotard image, and in your, if we go back up, in this project, you have these other textures. So you've got textures in three different places. You've got them in the Mudbox folder, you've got them default folder, you've got them in the anm62301 project, and you've got them in the default project. The thing to do would be to put them all in the source images directory of the anm623 folder, this one. Put them all in there, then set your project to that, then open your scene, then relink any textures where the link was broken because of them being moved around. Um, So that would be the first thing to do. Anyway, so now what I need to do is just manually try to relink these. So this is body texture, and yeah, I can see it's looking in the NM623 thing, but it's not in there. Um, where is it? Let's see. So you'll also see it's C users, kensey. So obviously I don't have that folder on my computer. So that's the whole point of setting the project, is that it will, all be in here. For what I could try to do is I could do file, set project, and choose this folder. Oops, set it to that folder. And then see, I have to create a default workspace, which is that .mel file we looked at before, because there wasn't one, because you were set to um, your default project. You didn't set your project before you open your file. Okay, so now it's finding everything but the thing that's in the default folder. So what I would do is take this, I'm just going to copy that, move that into the source images folder, paste, and then relink that, browse, get out of that default folder and go into your, whoops. See, those are floating around too. Those should be in a source images directory as well. So yeah, you got to get your files. This should be leotard. Okay, there we go. And see, look at the file. Remember before it had the C:/Kensey blah 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 blah. Now it's just looking locally within the source images directory. So you could, if you keep your files organized, you could move it to different computers, and it doesn't matter because it's not looking all the way back to the top of the file naming hierarchy. It does it just to the within the local folder. Okay. I like what you've done with the hair. I think that's got a good look. Little concerned we're seeing some skull through here. You might just move some of the points around on that. I think that the really bright red lipstick on the I don't know. I might just tone it down a bit. It's just very extreme contrast. I mean, I guess there's some pretty extreme colors going on in general, which is okay. But the other thing I'd say is maybe you can tidy and get a little bit of a sharper corner at the edge of the lips there. And then the other thing is, painting some color variation on the skin. It really just looks like one big solid color. It doesn't look like, there's any darker or lighter areas. So try to paint some color variation and just around the eyes and the ears, maybe put some fingernails or even just sort of a suggestion of fingernail shapes in there, that kind of stuff. And, a little bit different color on the knees. And it looks like you painted toenails, interestingly. But actually, I might even tone that down and get those to be a little closer to the skin color. So yeah, just go around, look at some reference for what areas are discolored and in what way they're discolored and try to do that. It's good that you've got some fabric texture going. This is concerning me. Do you have... I think they're kind of right on top of each other, a bit close. You might run into some issues of interpenetration there with them being so close to each other. Oh, maybe it is awfully close. So I guess we'll see. We might want to shrink, increase the size of the leotard or shrink the body slightly. Probably increase the size of the leotard slightly too. But let's just see what happens when we rig it. Yeah, so I would say it's okay. It's usable. Oh yeah, regarding the eye, if you're getting this like weird thing where it's pixelated, I'm not really sure why it's doing that. Just gonna take a quick look at that one. But anyway, just to get a render of it to see what it really looks like, without having to worry about the lighting and all that kind of stuff. If we just change this to the My software, just for now, to do a quick test, and hit the render button right there, that little clapboard button, you should be able to get a pretty quick render. I don't know why it's taking so long. It should be very fast. Anyway, well, I guess it wasn't that bad of what that's looking like right now. I mean, you could also isolate it, and that would render it faster too. But so then, if you want to adjust that accordingly, maybe get a little bit more detail, a little bit more dynamic stuff going on there. But yeah, I think the big things are, maybe some fingernails, painting some variation in the skin color, consider toning down the lipstick, but yeah, it's all usable. It's all pretty good.